the reverend used to come out here and ring the bell every hour. It was kind of like our, like how we kept time. You would hear it throughout the whole town.
So this is the neighborhood you grew up in?
Very close, yes.
Wow.
So I've always lived in Lahaina town. So this,
I'm gonna do a little window if you don't. Saltwater stuff, right?
This one here is the Baldwin Missionary Hall. This is one of the Lahaina, and so that was actually the original structure built in 1834.
Wow.
On the right here is the Pioneer Inn Hotel. This part is a newer wing that was added in the 60s, but we will go down to the original part. The front part was built in 1901. And it is the oldest continually operating hotel in Maui.
Wow.
This banyan tree here on the left, this is the famous banyan tree, just turned 150 years old. This is one big giant tree. It's like the vines come down, and once they touch the ground, they turn into another trunk. So this is the largest banyan tree, at least in the U.S.
Oh wow! Hold on a second. That's all. That's all the same tree.
Yep.
That is amazing.
It was planted 150 years ago. So
What?
Hotel here, they have a really great restaurant that's open for breakfast and lunch right here called Kaanapali. Really good stuff. This is our Lahaina small boat harbor. Once upon a time, you see this little corner here. There was a fort before the banyan tree was planted. This was all a fort, and where we are now is actually a canal. And so this whole part, this whole center was the fort, because when the missionaries first came here, once they dismantled the fort, they put them over here. So those are the original cannons that were part of the fort. Then when they discovered that there really wasn't any need for a fort, that there was no danger, we dismantled the fort and built the old prison that will drive by. And the old prison is where they kept all the rowdy sailors, first the whaling era, and then U.S. military sailors, because they would come on shore leave and get really rowdy, and they would throw them in jail. They're so gross. This is all still the same.
Wow. That is really amazing.
every now and then I'll pick up somebody in Kaanapali, like in the hotels, and I'm on here. And
Drop off there.
exactly, you can drop off at the Danny Street and then make your way up north.
You want to do that?
Once you get as far as you want to go, that's that.
Awesome. Thank you for this. This is amazing. So all your family's still here? No way. He's stopping by for coffee later on. Thank you.
This is the Tenderloin tradition. So the Japanese have 3 different kinds of Buddhism. There's the Honji, and there's the Jodo mission one. Here, that's the old one. So then they also have the Obon Festival, but it's not as spectacular as that other one because the location there.
Oh, that location was amazing.
Now this is the old Hawaiian church. This is now here almost 175 years. We just had the celebration. This is a newer building that was built in the 50s because the old one blew down during a big windstorm. But there is Hawaiian royalty here. You see that little white column there where the ladies are?
Yeah.
That's actually like the, there's some royal graves there. Princess Nahiane'ena and Queen Kaupuiki. And then these are a lot of missionary burials. And so, it's
You
a
see
very
the English
historic
names.
cemetery.
Where is that king buried?
So King Kamehameha, they don't know where he is. That was when they were like really high up there. They took their bones to like a sacred location and hid them. They know they're somewhere up in the mountains, but that's
So
it's like a full secretive thing. And what's interesting about that too is that's another reason that people get really upset about like about any kind of like construction, things that go on. The Hawaiian royalty, they were buried like in the mountains, like in a secret ceremony and stuff. So there's really like not a record of where those ones are. And so anytime they, like the mountains, they propose doing anything like, if you heard on Oahu, there's like several highways that go through those mountains. And every time they, would propose building a new one, they run into so much opposition from people of Hawaiian ancestry because they don't know where these burials are and they don't want to desecrate them. So
is there people living back there?
So up here, there's these are some nice homes up here.
Well, once you get past into the is it just
into this one valley? There are some people that live up in that valley. That's the Kaula Valley. And practice and shortly. So if Japan had decided to bomb a month earlier, Maui would have been like the Pearl Harbor.
Gotcha.
Actually, they said it actually would have been a lot easier, and they would have caused even more destruction because they were lined up perfectly, like literally like along the shoreline.
All parked.
They said if they had, really, if they had known or whatever, then it would have just been like sitting ducks because the ships were all in a row and they would have just taken them all out. Yeah, there's just so much stuff has gone in his head over 50
I'm telling
years.
you, I appreciate you sharing some of those facts. So when you were young, were they still doing bombing practice out there?
Yes, and it was cool. Like, so I know it sounds terrible, but it was neat because, like, if you'd be stopped on the side of the road over there, especially at night. The nighttime ones were really cool because they would send like a flare down, and you would see the flare going really slow, and you'd hear the planes, and you'd see the planes flying around in the ships and stuff that be in the water. And then when the flares would go down, you would hear the you'd hear and then feel it like within about a second of each other. It was like there was a little time delay between like you'd feel the rumble and you'd hear the rumble, or hear the explosions. But you wouldn't see, like, when bombs are going down, they don't leave like a trail of fire or anything. You don't actually see the bomb dropping. You just see the flares going down. And
free fireworks.
Yeah, it was very interesting because you would see like the flares going down, and you see planes flying around, and the lights of the boats and stuff. So it was very interesting. And then this road that we're on was built in 1951 is when it opened. Prior to that, there was a road, like that's an old remnant of the old road. You'll see like some areas where there's all these stacked stones, like it would go down there. Like it was a long journey that now only takes 7 minutes. It used to take 45 minutes to go across because it was just one, like one little curvy road wrapping all around. And the remnant walls of the old road, like this piece up here, it's all stacked stones. Like those were all stacked with no mortar, no concrete. It was just the old Hawaiian way of stacking them real tight. And you can see lots of remnants from the old roadway. And you can, like right there, you can see like how long it used to take because all of this, like,
yeah, totally.
You'd have to like wrapping all the way down into all these little valleys. But it was such a big task to just chip away at the rocks and stack them.
That's amazing.
So once this road was completed, this road that we're on, it really opened up Lahaina for even more development. Then once Hawaii became a state in 1959 was when the mainland interests were, like looking at Hawaii was just like, googly eyes because, okay, wait, now there's a state because they felt, safe to invest, right?
Yep.
And there's like the Kaanapali area was like, okay, 1,400 oceanfront acres of white sandy beach, Sheraton was the second one. Royal Lahaina was the first one.
That's
in 1962. Sheraton was 63. So they were neck and neck. They were like, I think, literally only maybe 3 or 4 months apart. And then, there was a pause for maybe a year or so. Then there was the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Then the Whaler condos. Then what's now the West End used to be the Maui Surf Hotel. And the Marriott came in 78, the Hyatt came in 1980, and then the Marriott added some timeshare towers, the West End added another tower, so it's pretty much all built up now. Now the other main resort area on the island is the Kihei and Wailea area, which is down at the end on the right of the mountain over there. That is Haleakala, the tallest mountain on the island, 10,000 foot elevation. At the summit there, a lot of people go for the sunrise, but the sunrise is
somebody was telling me that there's a bike ride that I'm not going to do this time, but you take a bike down, there's no pedals, brakes.
Correct, but they start you at about the 8,000 foot elevation because they're not allowed to start at the summit anymore because the National Park Service put a stop to that because there were too many accidents and they didn't want to be responsible for it anymore. So but it is beautiful. The upcountry Maui area is so nice because there's just, it's wide open spaces. There's 2 different vodka distilleries. There's a winery, a goat farm, the lavender farm, the bee farm. There's just many different things that you can do up there. But the Kihei Wailea area, down at the end of Wailea, you have the Four Seasons Resort as well as the Anta's, the Wailea Marriott. That's like the celebrity side of the island.
Right.
That's where everybody that's in the Hollywood scene stays. But the interesting part, like that whole area was so undeveloped. Like even when I was a kid, there was barely anything there because they didn't have water source. So once the made a big water line that's actually from these West Maui Mountains, because again, 400 inches of rain, there's a huge underground water source, and they built a giant water line in the early 70s that started supplying, you know, that area, and that led to the development of that area. But there's not like the history down there like Lahaina, because it wasn't inhabited full time. It was just like for fishing and stuff, because they didn't have water. And water is really, you know, water is life.
Water is life.
Yeah.
So never a drought here,
Right.
for
Yeah,
you.
so we've always got like
Excellent water
right now,
pressure
it's
at the
always-
hotel. I got to tell you that.
Yeah, it's always raining.
How many times have you jumped off of Black Rock?
I've only done it once actually in my entire life.
How old were you when you did it?
Like maybe 13, 14.
Should I not do that then?
Well, it's dangerous. I mean,
I'm kind of around your. I'm not gonna lie. I'm around your age. So.
No, but you know, you need to be very careful. I mean, I had a coworker who died jumping off of that. I mean, there's
Oh, that was the worst thing to say. Why did you say that with her in the car?
rescues at least every week over there.
I did see a lot of people that were like, I cut myself. I don't know how.
It's very.
Okay, how about the snorkeling? Have you done that?
Great.
Okay.
Like you do have to be, you know, you have to be able to swim. Sadly, a lot of people get in the water and that's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's not the place to go.
No, she's new at swimming, so we're learning at the Lazy River.
Well, the other thing too is like in Lahaina town when we were first like, so where that Jonah mission was, the Japanese mission, the beach in front of there is amazing because there's a reef out front and it's only like up to your waist all the way out, so you don't even have to swim.
Oh my god, so cool.
And that beach like goes from that Jonah mission part and then literally from there to it's about a half mile long, almost to where we first got to where the seawall was starting.
Perfect. Oh my god, that was the most amazing lift ride ever. Well, definitely, yeah, that's perfect for us. We're gonna be coming back often, so it's kind of like more advanced. Thank you so much. Thank you.